Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel today. My name is Christian and today we're here to talk about the new record from Rise Against. It is titled Wolves. This is the band's 8th studio record and the follow-up to 2014's The Black Market. Now, I've been a really big fan of Rise Against for a very long time, but The Black Market was the first record that they'd released that left me underwhelmed. I really thought that there were just too many songs on there that didn't really do anything to make any impact on me. There were some good songs on there like I Don't Want to Be Here Anymore, which I think is a really, really great song. But yeah, just too many that didn't make any sort of impact. So I thought that, well, I didn't think, I hoped that they'd come back with a bit more of a vengeance and some more pace in the band. And after hearing the first single released from this record, The Violence, I got really excited because I think that is a really, really good song. But that excitement was not to be met. And my anticipation levels were probably a little too high for this record, and I feel very similarly about this record as I did The Black Market, with there being some really good songs on here, but just way too many that passed me by. So let's get into it. So let's first talk about the sound of this record, and it's pretty much what you'd expect. It's Rise Against sounding like Rise Against, but unfortunately it's without some of the vitality and the passion inside the performances, and that's something that was what made Rise Against so special in the first place. There are some songs in here that continue to have that aggression and intensity that made Rise Against so special, but there are way too many that just sound half-paced and plotty. Songs like Politics of Love and Morning in America. When there is pace and passion in the performances, like in the songs Wolves and Welcome to the Breakdown, you can really feel it, and it sounds like Rise Against are giving it their all again, but unfortunately, those moments are few and far between. Wolves is the title track and opening track for this record, and what a great opener it is. Really encompasses everything that makes Rise Against so great. It's fast-paced, it's aggressive, yet it still has a ton of melody. The chorus is absolutely massive, and one thing that I love about this track is hearing Tim scream again. He sounds awesome. This track is just a great opener for the record. Now let's get into the instrumentation of this record, and there are a few experimentations thrown in. Guitar-wise, for the most part, it's what you'd expect from Rise Against. Power chords and distortion, and that is when the guitars are at their best. However, there are moments like in House of Fire where they throw in some country elements that it just doesn't really work for the Rise Against sound. There are some standout moments though, and one of those standout moments, and probably the standout moment of the entire record guitar-wise, is in a track that I don't really like all that much, and that would be in the track How Many Walls, where about 2/3 of the way through the track, this breakdown comes in that just makes you pumped up and sounds awesome. Try and stop yourself from headbanging to that section. There's also a part that is the outro to the final track, Miracle, I'm pretty sure is the name of the song, where they start doing this great riff. It comes in just before the outro and then in the outro. Sounds awesome. And as far as the rhythm section goes on this record, they do their job. Joe and Brandon have always been one of my favorite rhythm sections in rock music, but due to the tone and the style of record that Rise Against are doing here, they're kind of made to simplify what they do, and it's kind of to the record's detriment. Welcome to the Breakdown is another track that shows off just how great Rise Against can be. Just like with Wolves, there's this fast-paced energy to it and vitality to the vocal performance that just sounds great. I really love the bass work in this track. It really shows off how great Joe can be. There's some great bass lines that weave themselves all the way throughout the track, especially in the verses. And once again, the chorus is absolutely massive. And again, hearing Tim do those screams. His voice has held up so great over the years, and his screaming is probably as good as it's ever been. And that track leads perfectly into Far From Perfect, which opens up like an old school punk rock song that you would have heard from like someone like the Ramones. Tim sounds as good as he ever has on this record. His voice has held up so well over the years, and he continues to perform to a really, really high standard, but that's just in the performance. As far as the writing part of the vocals goes on this record, there are some really odd melodic choices. He tries to go for these arena anthem typed choruses that for the most part don't really work, and you can really hear that in a track like Parts Per Million and in How Many Walls. And there are moments that just sound lazy, like the introduction to Bullshit and the vocal tail in the chorus of House on Fire. And one of the worst moments on this record vocally is in the track Bullshit, where the lyrical content and the melody do not work together at all, and it just sounds like a mess. I will say though, he does get the arena anthem chorus right once in this record, and that would be in the track Far From Perfect. That song is just a banger. To put this simply, I really quite enjoyed the first half of this record. If you took out House on Fire and Bullshit, I would have been really pumped halfway through this record. But as far as the second half of the record goes, it's pretty forgettable. And to quickly talk about the production on the record, it's exactly what you'd want from a Rise Against record. It sounds like Rise Against. So sonically, as far as that goes, as far as the production of the record goes, it's a real positive. Overall, this is a fine record from Rise Against. It's not bad at all, but when you have the back catalogue that Rise Against have, a record like this doesn't really cut it. Unfortunately, 2 fine records in a row from Rise Against kind of shows them going down the route of many bands that have come before them. I still hold out hope that one day we will get another great Rise Against record, but it's not looking good. But there are a couple of really good songs on here for you to enjoy, so just for that, you should check it out. My top 3 tracks are going to be Wolves, Welcome to the Breakdown, and Far From Perfect, and I'm going to give this record a 3 out of 5. Anyway, what did you guys think about the record? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. Did you like the record? Did you not like the record? Let me know down below. We're here to have a conversation about music, so let's do that. But if you're just going to fill up the comment section with hate and insults, just know I'm going to read your comments and love how pathetic your life is. Anyway, thanks for watching my video today, guys. Please hit subscribe down below, and I will see you next time. Fresh Currents.